Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Veronika Dailey. We are here for the vibrations and the conversations and just raising the vibrations. Yeah. High vibration.
Hi, everyone.
How's everybody doing out there in the world? It's like that was like I don't know if you could hear that in the
I
microphone.
did.
That was made loud.
What was it?
It was actually a bus
It's like
because
honk honk. I
yeah,
want to feel.
but it was like perfect timing when I said high vibrations, like shh, shh, like I was like sound effects, like fireworks just went off or something.
And my neighbor's dogs just started barking. She has 4 like terriers, and they're like alarm things, and like they're just like chow 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 chow. I'm like, that's
Guard
right.
dogs, yeah,
That's too.
like mine. Buddy might just bark randomly at some point while we're live. Who knows? He's
All
being good
right,
right now. He's chilling,
buddy.
but so many things been going on since our last time we got to get on here live.
Okay.
One thing I would love to share with people, especially those, if you're Basharians out there, anybody that follows Bashar knows about Bashar, went to an event and I had actually posted up the snippet of, because I got picked to ask a question. Out of hundreds of people, I got picked, and that was actually the third time I got picked from the third time I'm going. But anyway, I posted up the snippet of me asking my questions, and the video went viral on my TikTok. Let me see what it's up to at this point. Right now, it's up to 126,000 views, and it's been up for like a week.
I wish I had a reggae horn.
No, it's dope. Like I'm enjoying like all the positive comments. You know, people enjoyed the questions that I asked and the interactions and stuff. So, and it did a lot for people, which I love that part. That's like, hooked me up. So I'm enjoying just watching this all unfold. And because of that, this woman she reached out to me because she was so intrigued that who I was and where'd I come from. Because she's like, people were saying like, "Oh, you gifted, and you got something going for you." Like, "Oh yeah, keep putting that in the world." Like, I'm getting all these awesome comments, and she actually reached out like, "You seem really cool and interesting. I would love to interview you on my podcast." I was like, "Bet, let's do it." So last weekend I did I was a guest on her podcast, and that went really cool. Like she asked a lot of, she did her homework. That's what I loved about it. Like she actually did. She was asking me about everything: music, my books, my even me releasing the Posy Bowls. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But yeah, that was like such a cool link. The way that just happened. It was nice. It was very nice.
And then where can people go to watch that, watch the recap of that interview?
Hold up. Don't get me the lion. Let me look. Hold up. So the name of her podcast is The Bear Experiment. The Bear, BARE Experiment.
Okay.
So I'm actually, it's funny, I'm episode number 70. And my life path numbers are 7. So boom.
Yeah.
There's another, there go them synchronicities.
Everybody go check that out if you want to hear all the lovely details that Wendy shared on that podcast.
Yeah, like that was so cool. I was like, I didn't expect that, but like even she came to me because of Bashar, and one of the things that Bashar teaches is just follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability, with no insistence of what the outcome is, and no assumptions of what it's supposed to be, and always stay in a positive state. And that is literally, he says, the formula to this reality. Like if you bought, let's say, a bike, and it was all in pieces, and they give you the directions, and as long as you follow these directions and you put this together, this bike will work perfectly. So those are the instruction manual, he calls it. Follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability, no insistence of the outcome, no assumptions, and always stay in a positive state. And what I love about that, I've been following him a while, and he does like holotope what do you call meditations. And one time out of a meditation, the idea came to me of like, how could I inspire myself to follow my highest excitement? And follow my highest excitement, or you're anybody, by following your highest excitement isn't always something like huge, like, oh, this lifetime goal that I have to follow. It could be something as simple as, okay, I'm gonna get a drink of water right now. Like if you're bored and you're feeling stuck even, or if you just don't know what to do with yourself. So that's where the idea for my posse balls came from. And that's where the green ball came in. Eat, bam.
What's one of the other ones that you haven't said yet that's on that one?
So on here, like clean something up.
Mm-hmm.
Roll again, take a
I
nap.
will be rolling again on that one.
Yeah. or take a nap, or go for a walk.
Yes, please.
Or exercise or stretch.
Yeah.
And you just keep rolling it, and if something comes up and you're like, yeah, I don't mind doing that, or something simple like tell someone you love them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just if you're like, nah, I'm mad at people right now, okay. This is a simple one. It's like a little meditation. Take 3 deep breaths in and exhale, or meditate for 5 minutes.
Love that. And I love how there's like, it's like a variation. Like if you don't want to sit for 5 minutes or whatever for 5 minutes, then you can just take 3 deep breaths, and both of those things will be exactly what you need in that moment.
Exactly. Just to ground you, bring you back down to earth. Like this ball, and it's since it's a 12-sided ball, there's 12 different prompts, ideas of things you could do. So out of these 12 things, I know somebody gonna be inspired to do one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like this ball. And that was the first idea. Then I figured, oh, why not do full on affirmation balls? Like put affirmations on every side. So then I came up with these 2. And this one is more like divine messages. And this one is more like mindset training and abundance mindset. So when you roll these 2 together, oh my God. These messages from these 2 be even blowing my mind. Like
you gotta do it right now.
Oh, roll. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm gonna roll them right now. Let's
see what we get. Let's see.
Oh, I am where I am, and it is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I always have more money. That is so right. Show you right. All right.
I know no one's gonna disagree with that one.
Hold up, roll them again. Oh no! Oh, yes.
What happened?
I just lost it.
But I'm shy.
Well, the other one, the purple one says, I am where I am and it's okay.
Again, yes.
I just lost the ball. I am where I am and it's okay. And then the last ball is for kids. Like, I mean, adults can use this too, but I feel like kids can benefit from this ball because they're like simple grounding affirmations like, I am great, and you are strong, or you are special, you are creative, I am powerful, I am brave. And someone in your field, you would understand. Are these good for kids? Would you agree?
Yeah, I love that. As a teacher, especially as a special education teacher, I work with a lot of students that have had historically a really challenging time with school. And when you're a child, school is your career. You go to school, you spend more time at school with your teachers and your friends at school than you do with your parents during a weekday a lot of the time. And if you're not doing well in school, it can really be tough. So having something like that, or even for any child, if you want to build a healthy mindset for confidence and good self-esteem and loving yourself, like that starts young. And, I see so many people, as I've been doing this thing lately as a teacher, where like I'm trying to look for the child part in each human, because we all have that somewhere, that part of us that hurt or damaged, that still feels like it's 8 or like it's 5 when certain things happen and trigger us. And so like building a strong mindset as an adult, it can start at any time. But when you start with that foundation as a child, it makes you so strong as a human.
Absolutely.
It makes you so capable of going out in the world and believing yourself and living to your highest joy, so
absolutely. So like these affirmations, I'm hoping they help, like you are fun, I am amazing, you are creative, you are beautiful, you are fun, like they're just simple fundamental affirmations.
100%.
So that's the Posse Balls. And people can go visit posseballs.com and find out more. Actually, can I do it? I hope if I do it, I hope I don't mess it up.
Oh,
But
your share screen.
I could play. No, I could play like a little commercial.
Oh, yeah,
We
do
can go.
it.
We can go. Here's a commercial from one of our sponsors.
Perfect.
Manifest happiness now. Change your life now with positive affirmation balls. Simply roll, read the positive message, receive it and smile, and roll it again. 4 different balls that will make you feel good about life. Posse balls, what you put in your mind matters.
There we go. And that's Posse Balls official.
That's exciting. So have you've done your official launch, right?
Yeah, everything's officially launched. It's out there. Whenever people, feel free to visit the site, posseballs.com. Get you, you can either get the one individually, you can get a set of 2, which I like. This one and the yellow one is a set. Even this one, the green, yellow, and the purple is a set because you got the action ball plus the 2 affirmation balls. Or if you just want to get all 4, then you get all 4.
Go wild, folks.
Go wild. Get your Posse Balls. Go get your positive messages for the day. So
yeah, and then one thing too that I love about your Posse Balls is that they're fun. Like I feel like a lot of people equate being an adult with like work and being serious, and we don't give ourselves enough chances to play. And so if you're looking for a great way to play but also work on your mindset and bring more positivity into your life, this is the perfect way to do it.
Actually, and they're stress balls, so you could squeeze them. So if you're pissed and you need to just and then roll it, okay, so you get a little bit of both. It serves double duty.
Beautiful. That is so wonderful.
I love it though. But yeah, this is part of building a healthier relationship with yourself, which is basically reprogramming your mindset to a degree, by introducing these new affirmations and daily repetitiously, it starts to sink in and it creates those new neural pathways. And the longer and longer you do it, the stronger it gets. And then you start to change your life to it. And your life is I want to say 90% experience, 10% physical, right? Like mental and emotional experience. And how you experience your life is just based off of what you ultimately believe in the moment of what's happening.
Right.
So when you can now start to deliberately think on purpose of how you want to think and feel, that's literally life changing.
Right. Our physical reality is a reflection, is a mirror of our thoughts and the things that we think from minute to minute every day. So what we're seeing in front of us is literally a mirror of what we keep in our mind. So if we want to change our reality, our physical, tangible reality, we must first change our thoughts. So
100%. Our thoughts and our beliefs. And even when I was with the Bashar, I had purposely, I was trying not to like say exactly what it was that I did to get to my beliefs, to record my beliefs. But I learned about that from watching him, that, when you get to the core belief and you change it, that's when you change you and you become a new version of you. So when I was purposely saying like, yeah, my permission slips, because what he says, the permission slip is anything that allows you to be you, basically. So if you need a permission slip of meditation, for us, tarot cards, or if you need Jesus, if you need the Bible, if you need, whatever it is, crystals, like, Santa Maria, or anything that you need that you resonate with to help you to be yourself, like totally, and use your power, that's a permission slip. So my permission slip, I kept saying permission slip, and he was like, oh, well, what is the permission slip exactly? And I was so happy that he asked me. I was like, I do tell. So I said to him, I was like, well, I basically get into a meditative state and I tune in with my emotions and I have a conversation with them and basically resolve whatever distress that particular emotion is in by using my imagination to imagine what that part of me is looking like right now, and even ask it, like, when was the first time I ever felt this? And it's amazing what your mind could do. Like, it's shocking. Like, I did a couple of sessions with you, so tell everybody your experience with just with that.
Yeah, so during the session, without getting too detailed what exactly we were talking about, for me, I'm an extremely visual person. So like when I listen to someone talking, when I read a book, when I hear music, I see things in my mind. So when we were going through the session first, she gave me some cues to relax my body and deepen my breathing. And from there, we touched in places where I might have been holding pain in my body. And then letting whatever images for me, my process, like whatever images are coming up in my mind. And so I saw those as colors in my body, or sometimes it was like an action that someone was doing to me. And then she asked me, like, when was the first time that you felt this way? And I would try to think back as far as I could to the first time I felt that way. And then we would kind of like dig in deeper from there. And then as I was observing those things, they started to shift and change. The colors changed. Like maybe it started out bright green and it went to like a soft green, or started out blue and went to a purple, or faded away entirely.
Isn't that cool though? Like how that energy just starts to move, like and change. It's like your mind is crazy. So dope.
I wouldn't even say that our mind is crazy, is that our minds are
not crazy in a bad way. Crazy, like, that's dope.
Well, like they're capable of so much more than I think we allow ourselves, especially when we're distracted with the day-to-day, or when a lot of us get into habits where I know for myself, when sometimes I'm encountering a difficult emotion, I'm like, I don't have time for this right now. And I push it aside. And I've told Wendy like a bunch of times, like for me, like I literally visualize like a deep, deep ocean, like all the things that I don't want to feel sifting down to the bottom of that ocean and staying down there so that I can deal with everything else I have to work with in the day. But what happens when you do that over the course of time is that stuff, it's not going anywhere. It's becoming a pile at the bottom of my mental ocean, and so so necessary to tap in and like check in with those things and move them around and feel them for real, and get to the bottom of why you feel that way so that you can heal and grow. So
I agree.
Sessions really, they did a lot for me, and I felt a lot lighter afterwards as well. And the parts of my body that corresponded to where I felt that pain, they felt lighter as well. Like if I had like tightness in my shoulder, then like the next day I was like, oh, I have full range of motion. It's like, it's kind of wild when you think about how our mental state can affect what our bodies are doing, and just affect all the other parts of how we feel moving through the day when we don't work on it.
It's
or when we do.
It goes into where, one of the things I even teach in the Arts of Self-Love is that emotions are energy. Like that's energy moving through your body. And if you don't learn how to release that energy, it'll get stuck inside in different parts of your body. So, wherever you have an injury, it is not by an accident. That's where that energy collected. So now it's going to manifest into reality of, giving you a hint that there's a problem going on here. So when you learn how to release that energy, you'll feel the movement in your body. Like there's been times I'm doing my own sessions with myself, and where I have injuries will start to tingle, or like the pain will get intense, like, and then it'll pull back. And then the pain isn't there as bad as it used to be. So I'm like, yo, this is so cool. Like, one of my favorite things, maybe I could say I coined this, is that when people are depressed, you're emotionally constipated. It's like you haven't learned how to release that energy. Just like when you need to go to the bathroom, you learned how to go sit on the toilet and let it happen, right? But we haven't been taught a way to let it go and let it happen. You know what I mean? To open it up and let it go. And the best way to do it is to bring your attention to it.
Right.
Like once you bring your full on accepting, allowing attention, loving attention, it just, it'll just dissipate in some cases.
And I think what you said is so important. Like not just attention and not criticism, but loving attention. Like, okay.
Oh, yep.
what you said a lot during a session is like, oh, you know, wow, like I didn't realize I was feeling this way or feeling it to this extent, and acknowledging that giving yourself permission to actually really feel it.
Yeah. And that's like the only way to get through the storm. I mean, to get past the storm is to go through it.
Right.
And once you go through it, you make it to the other side and you're like, oh, okay. You know, but it always helps to build you to the next level. So I think we were talking about it earlier, how, you know, you come here and you go through some shit, and the things that people teach you to hate about yourself wind up being the most amazing parts of you.
Yeah.
You know, you know, it's like, that's the thing that was actually like, you got to work through this darkness to get to, you come from light, you come into the dark, and you work light, and you back up again. Then you go.
The roller coaster of life. Yes. Yeah, and I was telling you too, I was like, I think for me, it's like the things that I was the most scared of when I was younger are the things that I'm like so fascinated by now. And it's like this complete reversal. It's like this complete 360, like some silly things. Like I was very scared of the dark when I was little, but I was telling you, like now, like I embrace that. Like I can sleep with all the lights out, and I wander around in my apartment when the season starts to change and it starts getting dark earlier. I'll be sitting around here like, why can't I read this paper anymore? I'm like, oh, I need to turn the lights on. Like I'm good. Like, I used to be the kind of person, like when I was little, like at nighttime, I would just be scared, and I'd be like, Mom, Dad, like someone would have to come sleep in my bed with me every night because I was such a like little scaredy cat. But like now, those things, like the darkness for me is like mystery or like the unknown, and like I want to know more about all those things. So I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, you know what's weird, and this is me being honest, where I can speak to or communicate with people that have passed on, right? But if I watch a scary movie, and this is why I don't like watching scary movies, my ass will be scared that there's something under the bed that's gonna grab my feet.
I'm like, you're an adult and you are waiting until someone comes up to go to the bathroom, even though the bathroom is right there and you know there's nothing here. But sometimes it feels like there is.
Yeah, like that's what, I don't like scary movies because I don't like the way it makes me feel, and then it's gonna get my imagination going. Like,
yeah,
what was that?
I'm an adrenaline person. I definitely like, I like being scared. I think it's fun. It makes me feel alive. And so I couldn't watch scary movies when I was little. And like my parents wouldn't let me because I was that much of a scaredy cat. They're like, oh, if she watches this scary movie, one of us will have to sleep in her room every night for the next 3 months. So she's not allowed. But, now I love horror movies, but I usually watch them before the sun goes down just in case.
That's funny. I also realized not to watch like certain movies like before I go to bed. Like I can't watch like John Wick or something, just something crazy. Like I have to watch a comedy before I go to bed, because I remember one time I was watching John Wick, and then I had a dream that I was in like a shootout and shit.
No, thank you.
That was like a hitman or something. I'm like, see, I can't be watching this type of stuff.
Yeah. I can watch stuff like that. I was a huge, still am, because I will rewatch it, Queen of the South and like Peaky Blinders fan. But like that doesn't mess up with my dreams. But a scary movie, like if I watch a scary movie too close to bedtime, I have to watch something really silly or a cartoon. And like hopefully like those like soft, playful images are what follow me to sleep instead.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Like you don't think that these things affect you, but they do on a subconscious level. Like people like, I want to watch these scary, gory ass movies because it was entertaining. But what is that doing to your subconscious, to your psyche? So you watch that and then you go to bed and have a nightmare.
Right. Yeah.
No.
And not fun. Yeah. I feel like I have a very strong visual memory as well, which is I think part of the reason why that kind of stuff scared me so much as a child. Is like I'm not going to date myself and tell you what the movies were, but like, like whatever little goblin or whatever is in the movie, it's like I see that in my head, and then you see it everywhere. You turn off the lights, and like it's in the closet, it's under the bed, it's under the crack of the door. And that's so funny. Yeah, sometimes. And even as an adult, I was watching something a couple days ago, and it shocked me how much it scared me. But they did one of those things. It wasn't a jump scare. The person's face looked one way, and then like before you could like literally like a millisecond they changed it to another face, and that face was terrifying, and I jumped backwards, and I was like I feel like I'm 3, but like it was frightening, and I was like, I don't want that image stuck in my head. I put my hands in front of my face. I was like, no, thank you. Like I was like, when is it over?
That's crazy.
I'm not caring.
Yeah, like I can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't watch certain things. Like I just know better. Like I remember the last scary movie I watched, like real scary movie I watched, was The Ring. Oh, that movie scared the shit out of me.
That was a while ago.
That's what I'm saying. That was mad long ago. Like that was like 25, almost 24 years ago.
You made up your mind a long time ago. Yeah.
I can't. No. But that movie was crazy. The first one was crazy.
It was crazy. I definitely watched about 85% of that behind my fingers. Like my friend was like, are you actually going to watch? I'm like, I am watching between these 2 fingers. I was like, I know me. I know that I'm not going to be able to sleep.
I'm so guilty of doing that. Yeah, I'm like,
hanging in front of the face is going to follow me for like.
I'm so guilty of doing that. That's so funny.
Yeah, I was definitely, I slept with the lights on after watching that movie for a solid like 2 weeks or so, I think. Maybe.
No, I had my boyfriend at the time. My bathroom was literally, as soon as you walked out the bedroom door, it was right next to the bedroom door. And I woke him up to walk me to the bathroom.
That's fine, yeah.
Because I was, oh my God. And I was young too. So yeah. I was younger. I was still an adult, but no.
I'm pretty sure that the guy I was dating at the time, he was a heavy sleeper, and he was so worthless whenever I'd be scared at night. Like, he's like, oh, I'll always protect you. And then I'd be like terrified after we watched a scary movie together, and be like, honey, wake up. Wait, I'm scared.
He's no help.
Roll over.
He thinks
I'm like, all right, I will deal with whatever it feels like is in here with me in the dark by myself. Like,
hilarious.
If I have to run, you're gonna get left behind.
So but overall, this is all playing into how powerful your mind is and how much control you actually have over your experiences.
So much more.
You know, like you have to protect your mind the way you would a child. You know, just like how your parents wouldn't allow you to watch this stuff because they knew that you was scared, so they wanted to protect you. And this is the same way we have to be for ourselves now.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people have been forced to be tough and brave when really there's a part of them inside that's just really afraid. And
like
that needs validation and comfort and care. And that's where the arts of self-love come in. And to sum it up, the arts of self-love teaches about emotions, what they are, how they benefit you, mindset training, so you can start taking control of your mind using different tools, meditative practices, and now we got the Posi Balls. So the Posi Balls is part of the mindset training aspect of it. So yeah, like incorporating all these things on a day-to-day basis is what loving yourself is.
Yes.
Like you gotta love yourself. You gotta care about the way you feel. So now if you meet somebody and they're not caring for you even at the level that you're used to caring for yourself, then you're like, oh no. You don't go below the threshold of how well you could treat yourself.
No.
And because what happens when you do that? Always regret it.
Always.
Always.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, and especially if it happens again, like I think that at least for me, you know, I see the lessons repeat themselves until I learn it. So it's like, okay, like you date someone and you're like, I don't really like that they do this thing, but you don't talk to them about it. And then you end up breaking up because of it eventually, you know? And then the next time you date someone, you're like, this is going to be new. This is going to be different. And how is it like, it's that person's personality just in someone else's body, you know, and it repeats itself again into like, you know what? I need healthier boundaries. I need to love myself more. I need to stick with my standards that I created for myself. And I can't let anyone, you know, you cannot, you have to protect your energy. You have to make sure that 100%. You make sure, because we have to be the gatekeeper for ourselves and for our feelings. Yeah.
Like I remember in a situation where I seen a certain behavior from the person and I was just like, a part of me, it was like, all right, maybe I could deal with it. Nope. It winded up being one of the things that was just like, nope.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you peep, and this is where I hurt my damn self, so I couldn't even be mad
No,
because
yeah,
I
no,
seen it.
I saw the sign.
I even was like, ugh, and I still kept going.
Right. You see the red
And
flags. When you see the red flags, it's time to run. But
yeah,
yeah.
you can't be afraid to go.
Young people out here, please listen to us and believe that this is true, so that you don't have to make as many mistakes as we did on the path. You know, like
yep. When the
listen
person
to your
shows you who
intuition
they are,
when they
believe
show
them the
you the
first time.
card. Believe them the first time, and listen to your gut. Like our gut, whatever you want to call it, your intuition, your higher self, is constantly letting us know, hey, like watch out for that, or you get a little tingling or a little chill in the back.
Butterflies means run.
Yeah, it can, right? So it's like, you know, listen to those signals, and the more you listen to them, the more you tap in, the easier it is to make those decisions. You know, the less you're on your
real.
Yeah.
Like the first time, like you see something that you like, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. You will regret it. Because also I've learned is that if people are capable of doing one weird thing, then you have to really expand that spectrum. Like, oh yeah, you could do a whole bunch of other weird shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the tip of the iceberg kind of deal. It's like, oh, like I've never seen that before, but you better believe there's more stuff underneath that. It's not just like a one and done usually.
Absolutely. Like if you ever, you know, go to somebody's house and they're dirty, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Like if you go in a bathroom and it don't look like they clean a tub, nope, they don't care. They ain't gonna care about you either. If they ain't caring about themselves, they ain't gonna care about you.
Yeah.
Then, or as a woman, you'll be in there like, it's my job to clean it now. Like, you know, you trying to be the good girlfriend and clean somebody's house.
You are not a maid. And if you're gonna be a maid for yourself first.
Facts. And I actually did a TikTok about this. I made a video where what you need, everything that you have right here, right now, is exactly what you need. Right? Because you know the saying goes that God is only going to give you what you can handle. Right? You'll always have what you need. You might not always get what you want, but you always get what you need. Right? So if you really truly take inventory of everything that you have right here and right now, this is what you need. So if a person is not there, if a friendship went sour, if something at whatever didn't work out financially, whatever it is, that's what you needed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's a
I think sometimes we beat ourselves up, and this is like tag teaming on this idea of like when you see the signs, you know, where sometimes we have a hard time letting go of a connection or a relationship or a friendship, and when those ties become severed, you know, just as we are given things get taken away from us, if you want to look at it that way, or things leave from our lives. And like you said, there's a reason for why things leave. Like we don't need that anymore, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like that's truly, and if you're single and you're by yourself, you with you, yourself, and you, that's what you need.
And it's a relationship as well, because the first and most important relationship we have with ourselves. Without having a strong relationship with ourselves, it's impossible to have a strong relationship with another human being.
Facts. Because you need the reference point.
Absolutely.
You know, that reference point is very important, and you have to start with you. So anyone out there, if you're by yourself and you're feeling lonely right now, recognize that this is exactly what you need. And if you're feeling lonely, then that means you need to give yourself that acknowledgement of how you're feeling in this moment, validate it. Like, I could completely understand why I feel lonely. However, I am with me, myself, and me. Like, if you think about it, everything that you ever been through in your life, you was always waking up with you and going to bed with you.
Yep.
You know, showering with you, bathroom with you, dressing with you. Whatever it is you was doing it with yourself. So you're never alone.
Yeah. I think that's a really novel concept for a lot of people, because we live in a world where there's a lot of emphasis on connections. And like we said, the first and most important connection is the connection you have with yourself. But also, like, I love the idea of with yourself as opposed to by yourself, because by yourself sounds like loneliness, and with yourself is like, oh, like, this is this is a real thing that's happening here. It's like I can have a connection to myself, right? And then I was about to say something else. I forgot it. It'll come back to me. Go. If it's meant to come back, it'll come back. But the idea of being with yourself. Oh, I know what it is. I read an article this morning on choosing solitude, voluntary solitude, which is different from feeling lonely. And so you can also reconceptualize this idea of like, well, let's say you wanted to be in a relationship, but you happen to be with yourself right now. When we have moments of solitude, it allows us to work on a lot of things that we just don't have the time or the bandwidth for when we're with other people. We can deeply think about our feelings. We can work on skills that we have been developing. And we make a lot more progress when we stay in a state of flow where we're feeling joyous and very much absorbed into what we're doing. And so these are all opportunities to develop and grow these things when we're by ourselves that we just simply cannot do when we're sharing time with another human being. And so
or concerned about another human
exactly
being.
So like being with yourself is a really, really excellent opportunity to grow and learn. And you don't have to judge yourself or be critical because you don't have a partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend at this time, because if you want it, it's eventually going to come when you're ready for it, but also because there's so many beautiful things that you can do in development of your own personal well-being, your mindset, relaxing, taking care of yourself. It's so important.
Absolutely. And for those that are with someone and they are not happy with this person, this feelings that are coming up for you with this person, what they're triggering, is an amazing opportunity to do exactly the same things you would do if you were alone, where you would take inventory of how you're feeling, write it down, even start taking, like if your significant other pisses you off, instead of going after them, sit with that feeling for a second and explore, where is it coming from? What part of me right now is feeling unseen, unheard, and misunderstood? And give that part of you understanding, acknowledgement, and validation. And once you allow yourself to work through that emotion, now when you look at them, you can respond to them rather than react to them. You know, and then you could be more clear with how you're feeling. And or once you turn that light on yourself, the feeling might dissipate altogether and now the problem's over.
Right.
You know, because relationships are meant to be mirrors for us.
Yes.
So whether you're with someone or you're not with someone, you're getting an opportunity to work with yourself either way.
Yes. Yeah. Like being in a relationship or a friendship is an amplifier. And
right, big one.
Like being with ourselves gives us more chances to look at the things that get reflected back to us.
Absolutely. Yeah, like when you said that, I got extra excited. Like, oh yeah, oh man. I know one of my situationships, I could call it a relationship, but I remember saying this person is gonna be a hell of a mirror. And God damn, they was. Like, woo! I got to the deep depths of this internalized shame and guilt that I didn't even know was there.
Okay.
Like, it was amazing to me how this person would trigger this feeling of not feeling important or not feeling just like I matter. I mean, it all boils down to I'm important, right? And then working on those feelings, and it's bringing me to these moments in my life where I was shamed or guilted by my parents, you know, or a situation where somebody, you know, you should be ashamed of yourself, you know, type of thing, where, and I was like, wow, like it bugged me out, but I was so grateful that it came up because it gave me an opportunity to work on it. And once it was gone, I was like, I don't even want this person no more.
They're lost. Yeah, I love that. And I love how you say grateful, because I think that a lot of us believe that when we have a quote unquote negative emotion, that it's just bad, you know, but as you've been saying, like all of our emotions are important, and our emotions teach us about ourselves and teach us about what we need to do to heal. And we can be grateful even for something that on the surface seems negative, but everything is for our good, you know? So even when we're experiencing these challenging emotions and going through tough times in our lives, on the other side of it, maybe not immediately, we will eventually figure out why we needed to go through that so that we could grow and become the next best version of ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and like you said, where we have people have been programmed with this idea that feeling your emotions, oh no, I don't want to feel that. Like, oh
Right.
no way, I can't be feeling that. No, no, no. You are, by pushing that aside, you're pushing yourself aside, because
Right.
that emotion is a part of you. It is you. It's an aspect of you that's coming to surface, and you're like, oh no, I'm not trying to deal with that. And now you try to bring your attention elsewhere. Like, you're literally abandoning yourself, complaining about other people abandoning you.
Right.
So people, what you're experiencing is going to be a direct reflection of what you got going on with you. So if people are rejecting you or abandoning you or ignoring you and not fulfilling your needs, then that's a direct reflection that you are also doing those things to yourself by, I don't want to deal with that feeling, that uncomfortable thing that just came up. But this is literally you coming up.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally part of you.
It's not some alien thing. It's a part of us, and it's there to show us something that we need to know.
Yeah, for real. Like, this is a part of you that's been screaming and crying for resolve since it first became distressed.
Right.
And that could have happened when you was 3 years old, when you was 2 years old.
Yeah, that you keep pressing down. Like, the more you press it down, the louder it gets. Like, it might start off as like a little ding dong, like doorbell kind of thing. Then the more you push it down, the more it's like, okay, there's a fire truck, screaming for my attention.
And then it'll turn into a dis-ease.
And that's when it gets really scary.
Because your body will start to give you signals. Just like you could tell if you're in a relationship with someone that's not good for you, if your body starts to react to it. Like, I would say a relationship I was in, my eye started messing with me. I ain't never had a problem with my eye before.
In what way? Like twitching or something? Or
no, like it was drying up.
Oh no! What?
Like my eye just kept like getting dry for no reason, and it started getting painful. I'm like, how is that? And then other things dried up too, and that's not normal. So, like, my body was reacting to this person, and also I was having issues with my digestion, which is, letting it go, because I knew I needed to let the situation go, but I still kept, no, maybe I need to humble myself or something. Nope.
Yeah.
I just played myself more and more and more. But as soon as I let that situation go, everything went back to normal. My eye went back to normal. My digestive system went back to normal.
Right.
Everything that stayed moist as it should be, like. But seriously, like, your body gives you signals, even if you want to be in denial about it.
Right. Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
I was telling you earlier, I was once in a relationship where some things would happen, and I think there was a part of me that was like deeply afraid of losing the relationship. I was like, well, what am I going to do without this relationship? I'll be by myself. And so I clung to it. And then I would get into these situations where I felt like there was something I needed to say, and I was afraid to say it because I was afraid of losing the relationship. And then I would start having like the most intense sore throat, and it would hurt so much that I figured out, like, the problem that I'm experiencing is that there's something that's literally stuck in my throat. It's my words. It's something that I need to express. And when I would say those words without worrying about what the result would be, I would immediately start to feel better. Like, I went from needing like to go to the drugstore and buy like 3 different things to like soothe my throat to being completely fine. And like, as soon as I released those words, and then it was kind of like, that taught me too, in terms of a relationship, like, it's so important to express your truth. You cannot hold these things in. The words come to you for a reason. They need to be spoken. They need to be said, and let the chips fall where they may, because it's for your good. And
if you speak in your mind to somebody ends the situation, then they was never there for you in the first place,
or they were there for you to learn that lesson, and then now it's time to release and receive something new. So
absolutely. And we were even talking about where the things that you want to manifest, all these great, amazing things that you want to manifest, are trying their hardest to get to you. But if you're not experiencing them, it's because you're pushing them away.
Right.
And you're pushing them away by putting up the umbrella of the old belief
Right.
of holding on to things that don't serve you.
Right.
You know, if you don't let certain things go, you're not going to allow the things to come in because you're literally holding it back.
Right.
You know, that's when the saying goes, you get in your own way.
Right.
Like, you're getting in your way of your blessings by focusing on your stresses. Ow, that rhyme. Ow.
Right.
So, but seriously, like, we have to release and allow, you know, surrender, you know, or the submission that people should be focused on is the submission to within themselves and the process.
Yes.
You know, submit to the process. Like, I have one of these written on my board: forgive and allow people to be exactly who they are, and just allow everything to be, and be grateful for whatever you can. Because one of the best things I love that Bashar even says, and this is so true, it's not about what happens, it's about what you do with what happens. So no matter what's happening in your life, how you feel about it, how you define it,
right,
and what you do with these things, the next steps that you take, that defines what that experience will be for you.
Yeah. And I love that too, because that links back to gratitude, right? So we could have something happen to us. It could be not what we wanted. It could be not what we expected or planned for. It could be something that we originally perceive as negative. But the way we frame that and shape that in our mind in terms of how we're going to move forward from that moment changes everything. It can change everything. Yeah. And we can have gratitude for things that when they first happen, we're just like, the world is ending. But later on, we see why we needed to have that experience because of the way that we grow because of it.
Yeah. And for the cynical people out there that's just been beat up and beat down by life, and they're like, ain't nothing to be grateful for. Okay. In this moment, just be grateful. Like, just find little things, little things. Just be grateful for the fact that you could take in a deep breath and exhale.
That you woke up this morning.
That you woke up, or that in this moment you was able to listen to and watch me and Veronika speak on these things. You know, be grateful that we woke up this morning for you to have this experience. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
my producer has a saying that I didn't really understand at first, and maybe I'm dense, but he says another day above ground, which means like you're alive, you know?
Yeah.
And every day that we're alive, we have a chance to start over and do something new or differently and learn from our experiences and continue to grow as humans. So
yes, there's always something to be grateful for. Always be grateful that you seen the bird get their worm. You know, it don't even have nothing to do with you. Be grateful that the earth is still spinning on its axis at the perfect rotation for the day to exist. You know, like, just start off small. Don't have to be huge. Right. You know, don't jump to, oh, I'm so grateful for this pain that I went through. Nah, you ain't ready for that.
Not yet. Not yet.
You ain't ready for that.
Not when you're in the thick of it. But
no, not in the thick of it. In the thick of it, you have to be. I'm so grateful that right now I am acknowledging that I'm having this feeling.
Yep. 1000.
You know, I'm so grateful right now that a part of me is even showing me that I'm having this feeling right now. So now I have an opportunity to soothe myself.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm so sorry. Or like, really treat yourself like a little baby. Like, oh, baby. Or like, imagine yourself giving yourself the loving and the caring and all the things that you've always wanted.
Put baby you on your knee, hold them, give them a hug, hold their back.
Yes, allow you and baby you to cry.
Yes.
Like,
console each other.
The stigma with crying is so crazy. Like, even for men, like, they teach men not to cry. Crying is a cleansing of the soul. Like, you need to cry. Like, not allowing yourself to cry, especially if you feel like you want to cry and you stop yourself from crying.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah. Another
crying is release.
Yeah.
What?
Another type of constipation. Yeah. And
absolutely.
I read somewhere in it wasn't a scientific journal, but it was like a science article that when we cry, there's different chemicals that are released when we cry when we're happy versus when we cry when we're sad. And the things that come out when we cry when we're angry or sad, those are things your body needs to get rid of. So when you don't cry, they can't come out.
Yes, absolutely. Like I've been catching a lot of snippets of Shaq talking. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. He's out there doing amazing things for people. I wish I could meet him. And he speaks about how he's only cried a handful of times in his life, and that he refuses to, be that vulnerable and allow himself to cry. And I'm like, I wish I could work with him so bad, because there's so much unresolved parts of him that
let's get him on here.
He needs to integrate. That it would be so helpful for him. It's like a part of me just wants to give him a big hug. Like, I mean, even though he's mad big, just hug him like, oh, like I get not like I'm, being any mean or anything, but like really, like Paul, seriously, he needs a good cry.
Yeah, we all need to cry. I think that's definitely something that I've been working on. Like I have these weird like crying goals where like seriously, I have my goal is like, because I cry a lot out of happiness, or like sometimes I just see stuff and I'm like, that's beautiful and it makes me want to cry. And I'm trying to get to the point where like I can be in public and like cry about something that makes me happy without tearing up my face and making one of those like ugly cry faces. And like I had a day once where it happened where I was like, my face stayed still and then like, the tears just came out. It was like, it was such a wonderful experience to not be like, because it's like I would cry more in public if it wasn't
that ugly cry face, right? Where it gets to a point where your nose is running, your eyes getting puffy.
I've also had an experience once at my friend's wedding. I was trying so hard not to cry that all of a sudden my nose just started dripping. My tears rerouted themselves through my nose because I refused to let them go. And I literally was like,
oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, let yourself cry. It's good for you.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I think I probably do get it. And it's not a full on type of cry, but just a moment of release at some point in my day. Like, where I'm connecting with myself and maybe I'm feeling anxiety in that moment. So I'll just tune in with that part of me and deal with it the way I usually do, which is acknowledge it, then show it compassion, apologizing that I completely understand why you feel this way and I'm sorry that you feel this way. And until I get to a point where it shifts, I'll get a little cry out.
Yeah.
And then I feel better.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day goes groovy.
Right. Yeah. Me on this crying journey of my own design, I sometimes have these moments where like I'll get emotional about something and I'll be like, I don't think I'm gonna cry. And then the tears I'll be like, my face, I am crying. I'm like, I guess I feel more deeply about than I thought I did. Like I have to acknowledge in that moment, like, oh, this is like really moving me,
Yeah. Also, I mean, and it also depends on the time of the month, because I know when I'm close to my cycle, everything makes me cry. I feel like such a big baby.
Things. I tell people all the time, like, I know it's about to be that time of the month when if I watch a movie or something and it's like a boy will like pet his dog and be like, oh, Bobo, you're my best friend. I'm like, whoa, so beautiful. I'm like, it's coming. It's like 3-day countdown.
Like just bawling out of nowhere. And I remember catching myself like, oh, look at you. You're so emotional. You're so cute.
That part.
That hilarious. But I mean, this is part of being emotionally intelligent, where you allow yourself to have this purge, so to say, like, and a healthy and what's the word I'm looking for, where you're not outside trying to kill murder. It's like this is an isolated with yourself and you time, and you allow yourself to just go through that. Like, just think of it as ocean. You're in the ocean and these waves are just doing this thing, and you have to learn how to surf on these waves.
Absolutely.
You learn to surf, or you're gonna be constantly trying to,
doggy paddle.
Yeah, doggy paddling, going underwater. Oh my God. Like, nah, you gotta learn how to float.
Yeah. And also, I really, really think that we need to normalize crying for men, because men need to cry too. And this idea that men shouldn't cry is ridiculous, because they're human with emotions as well. And stigmatize people for doing things that are natural to them. That is why we have these problems. This is why people are exploding with rage and massively depressed, and they feel like it came out of nowhere. It's like, no, because you have to let yourself feel your feelings.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of their resentment against women is because they haven't been crying. You know, you haven't allowed yourself to cry out all these feelings. So the person closest to you is the woman. So now it's her fault. Like, no, these are your feelings and emotions that you need to learn how to release and process, so that you can release them. And once you release them, now you can see her as being your helper and your mirror and, you know, all the other awesome things that women are.
Yeah. And guys, like, you know, crying envy is a real thing. Like, women allow themselves to cry. And I think there's a part of men that go like, I wish I could do that too. Well, you can, but we need to normalize crying for men.
Yeah, normalize it. Yeah.
With the process, you know, like, especially if you're with a man and you're someone who feels like you express yourself as a female, to allow a man to cry without shaming him, without saying like, what's wrong with you? Or like telling them
that don't cry.
Or telling someone like, you shouldn't do it, right? Like, let's all normalize it for each other.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We can have
like
a healthy balance of emoting and expressing our emotions.
You got to let that energy flow. Like, people, this is literally emotion, energy in motion. Like, it's literal energy moving through your body. And when you stifle it, it's not going to feel good.
Yeah, you don't want to be a pressure cooker. You got to let it flow.
I love that analogy. Actually, the other day I don't know, maybe it was the Mercury retrograde or whatever. I don't know. I was just moody. And I was saying to my coworker, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this. And I was like, he was like, oh, you know, I was like, just let me vent, damn it. I was like, I'm like a pressure cooker. And I'm just letting out a little bit of
let the steam out.
Let me right now. Let me cook. Hold up. I'll be okay. Woo! I'll get over it. I just need this moment.
Yes.
So, but yeah, this is it all circles back around to self-love.
Yes.
Mindset training, you know, learning your mindset, learning to pay attention to what you're thinking about, you know, become the witness, watching your thoughts go by like the clouds in the sky. And you're like, I'm thinking some wonky things. You know, like half of the things that we hold against ourselves don't even make any sense when you really think about it.
You're like, why am I doing that? Where did I get that from? That's not mine.
The biggest thing is caring about other people's opinions.
Oh my goodness.
Because you're like,
you say everyone has opinions. Or what does it say? Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them and most of them stink.
I like that one. I like that one. But not everybody has opinions.
I don't think my armpits stink.
But unless if their opinion is directly affecting your bank account, then their opinion really don't matter.
Don't matter.
It doesn't matter. And on the flip side, if you're getting, especially, you know, somebody that's out in the social media world or the podcast world, and you're getting all these negative comments, you're still getting energy. You know, it's still energy either way. Like, okay, you know, that's why I say no bad news. There's no bad news. Any news is good news.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad news.
Yeah, all news is good news. So it's gonna bring some type of attention to you. But you know, that just depends on where you want to go. Like, I seen a video of Ray J crying about because he had the video and, you know, with Kim Kardashian, how that put like a stigma on his name or whatever. Like, dude, you got rich off that. Shut up.
It's like, stop playing.
Shut up.
Who's that?
He was like, oh, I couldn't get certain roles and I couldn't, you know, be allowed to do certain things because they looked at me as nasty. Because you are. You know, just like, you know, with Diddy, like, people seeing how nasty you actually was, like, all the time.
I refuse. His name will not pass.
Like, you've been these things. Now it's just coming to light. And Ray J, we seen it early on that you was doing too much. So, yeah. That's what it is. But I I know it's about, we're getting close to that time. We got to wrap it up. And, you know, I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode, Vibrations and Conversations. And please, if you're interested, possyballs.com, get your positive roll on.
Let's go.
You know, roll, read, and receive the positive messages that you need.
The 3
and
R's.
Yeah. Till we do it again next time, I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Veronika Dailey, and this is Vibrations and Conversations, guys. Enjoy. Peace.
Oh, wait.